Oh, brewery stuff. So this is a little existing brewery that I do the small brews on for testing out recipes, etc. And I'm lining up all of the bits. So this will be the half barrel kit. So we'll be doing probably about 75-80 litre brews on here. And this is, I love the idea of having everything Heath Robinson, reuse, recycle, only buy something if absolutely necessary. So these are 100 litre firkins that we got from Morrow Brothers in somewhere up in Lancashire somewhere, and I've made it into it's going to be a Herms. It's got a bottom takeoff which Chris welded in. This is a Blickman Herms, and that basically means you can pump through there from the mash tun if you need to increase the temperature in the mash tun. The mash tun isn't Heath Robinson. The mash tun is from Ian Powell over in North Wales, and there's that thingy sparge thing, from a certain online homebrew supplier. Another one of these. This is going to be the copper, and I'll show you in the back here. We went to Chris's and welded all these in. These are standard stainless steel central heating elements into a tri-clamp via a furrow that Chris welded, and our friends Robinson's Engineering cut them down so they so there's one in there, and then there's two to go in the copper. These are kegmenters. These are 58 litre kegs with a tri-clamp fitting, 4-inch tri-clamp fitting, and just like a Firmzilla. So we've got two of those, and then we start moving up. That is that's kind of like half barrel, half BBL kit. This is the 1 BBL kit. So we've got 200 litre SS Brewtech, which will be this will be the HLT. Mash tun is the Blickman, which I think I've shown in a different video, but it's got that really groovy false bottom, so that's cool. So I'll be doing the Herms via this, because you can never have too big a HLT. So this HLT and this HLT will kind of like be working together, but the Herms will be via that. Lovely bit of kit, beautiful. I'm very, very pleased to have found that. I'm going to use the same underback that I use. I was going to use a bigger underback, but do you know what, that's perfectly serviceable. This is the tank that Andy picked up for me, and I haven't taken that silly little hot spider thing out. I'll replace it with something better. And this, as if you saw Andy's video, actually I put it in my last video, this just needed the nut putting back on the inside. So I pat tested them, obviously. You can say pat test, because the T in pat means testing. So I PA tested them. Yeah, right. And then this beauty, the 1 barrel SS Brewtech fermenter. So the idea of this, I think I've pretty much covered this in previous sort of wibbles, but it's nice just to get it all concise. That is still going to be the kit that I will be working with for recipe development and for things like patient brew days, stuff like that, because there's minimal duty to pay on brews from this. Then stuff for in-house that will be going on our bar will be the half barrel kit, probably go into, I don't know, a couple of 30 steels. The new duty regime comes into force in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to be needing to package wherever possible into stuff over 20 litres. And you know what? The good old corny keg, 19 litres. Couldn't make that up, could you? I've only got about 50 of them. But I have thought, maybe if I gaffer tape 2 together and call it a 38 litre. No, it's not worth it. Not for the levels that I'm brewing at. But I'll get some 30 steels. Might be on the phone to Alan Morrow again. Yes, so house kit, and then when for core beers, this will be the 200 litre kit for doing core beers or stuff that we're going to sell. Will go into here. That will give me about 140, maybe 150 at a push litres. So that's 5 30 steels maybe, or 4 30 steels, and a corny keg possibly. Yes. So that's where we're at with the brewery stuff. It's exciting times, but we still do need to get the building built outside. And I've spent a lot of hours discussing this. I think it's going to be a DIY job or stacked containers. Anyway, quick update on where we are at. Well, this seems strange. I'm seeing it like this very often. This is where the copper sits. You can see where the heat has actually left a mark. So I'm tempted to give this a quick sand and a new layer of varnish, but I'm not going to do that until I've weight tested it, because if it is going to collapse, I'm not going to varnish it and then let it collapse. So I'll test it for weight first. But it does look weird, doesn't it, without... Right, there's pots on there, they're over here. Look at that. So now, let's load this up. Ooh, naked. It's naked. And, do you know, looking at it like that, it doesn't look massive, does it? Even though it's twice the capacity. These are 100 litres compared to my 50 litre ones. I think this is 80 litres from Powell Brewing. I like looking in there because it makes me look really slim. You see? Look at that, slim little old me. So I'm going to wheel it outside, and I need to calibrate these so I know how much water is in, liquor. How much liquor is in here. And I got one of these. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be close enough. And I'm just going to mark with a file, as I did on the other one, probably every 5. Is that every 5 litres? Yeah, 5 litres probably. Because it's not going to be an exact science, is it? I don't need to know exactly how much I've brewed until it goes into keg. So, a litre here, a litre there, you're going to lose that in the mash. So as long as I know pretty much how much I'm putting in here, then I keep my, I should get my efficiency almost spot on with a few trial runs. It's just what you get used to. So used to using a little kit down there over the years, over so many years, I can pretty much do it with my eyes closed. So this one will be a challenge. What I do need to do is get a lid for the HLT, I have got a couple more of these. I might cut the tops off those. I think I paid 70 quid for these from Morrow Brothers each, that is. And then somebody else who was closing down their brewery gave me 2 more. Everyone will say, "Did you get a receipt? Did you get a receipt?" Oh, fuck that. Right, so yes, and then this lot. Wow. So my thinking at the moment is, and I'll have to do this quite judiciously because there is another video coming up, is I'm going to put a shelf up here, across here, and then I'm going to put the old kit up there, and then I'm going to put the 200 litre kit along here. I would show you what's over here, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. Yes. And that gave me all that space back then. This is where the CP went, that was on here. Right, I think we need to start filling it with water and calibrating as sight glasses, or as level calculaty things. Good. Here we are with the gentle beat from the rave down at Forge. It's not too bad. Might be later on. I might have to start making some phone calls again if they push their luck again like they did last time. Anyway, what I was going to do is going to use the file and just mark at 5 litre intervals. So I should get 20 marks on there ish. Yeah, I have this that will give us a reading of how many litres. So let's put it on total 1. We'll open that, we'll open this, and there's no point writing anything on here until something shows up on the gauge. So without further ado, we'll pause until we get something on gauge, shall we? 25 litres according to this is just here. So let's open this up again on there, zoom out a little bit, and take it up to 30 litres. So that's 30 litres. So I'd better start marking, hadn't I? Got a leak, I think, from here. Can't be from there. I wouldn't think it's from there. I don't know. I think it's from here. Yeah, it's leaking from here. So I need to find a way of sealing that a bit better. So what I'm going to do is turn all of these off, drain the water out, and try and seal that a bit better, and then start again. Okay, I think it might have been that I hadn't fully tightened this around the olive. I can't remember when I put this in exactly, but it's certainly tightened up now. Let's put some more water in and see where we go. So we got to 90, we could probably get about 95 litres in there, but Christ, that's going to be pushing it. Look at the... Yeah, I don't think that's happening, do you, boys and girls? So we'll call that a 90 litre HLT, which means we can still get sort of like 60, 70 easy litre brews out of it. It'd be nice to have a bigger HLT. That would be a bigger HLT, wouldn't it? 1400 litres. No, it's not happening. Right, so we know we've got 90 kilos plus the weight of this, which is heavy. So I'm going to call that 100 kilos there. So it's taking 100 kilos, all right? I'm going to fill the other side now and do the measurements on the other side. That's one of those jobs you don't want to do very often. You might notice that 90 is a bit lower on this one than it is on this one, and that's because we've got the Hermes coil in here, so the displacement from the Hermes coil accounts for that. It's not massive, but it's enough. So we've now got 180 kilos on here. It doesn't look to be bending too much in the middle. Sort of tempted though to put another brace in the middle. Answers on a postcard please, boys and girls, but it isn't. As far as I can see, it isn't really bowing. Yeah. So that's all right. Question is though, dare I put 50 litres into the mash tun? Take it up to 200. Well, I think at the moment, because the weight of these, we're probably at 200 kilos. I would have thought easy. So I might put 50 litres in here. I know it's pushing me luck, but that's what I do, isn't it? Go on, let's see. I need to put an inlet on here. Stronger than I thought. That's another 50 litres I've popped into old mash tun. Go there. So we have at least 250 kilos, a quarter of a ton on there. Quams. I'm happy with that. Scary. I'm not going to try and move it. I'm definitely not going to try and move it. So the proof of concept from building that, we did build that, well, Simon and I built that in one weekend. So yes, I'm pleased with that. What am I going to do with all this water now? I don't want to waste it. I suppose I'll just put it in the canal. Right, so anyway, that's a good sign. We have the strength to do 100 litre. Well, they're not going to be 100 litres, they're going to be about 70 litre brews. Probably a bit less than that, enough for either one of... Let me show you. Let's go in. Let's go back inside. So it's either going to be a couple of these are about 27, one of those or one of those. That's 58. I suppose could technically do one of those and one of those, just about, but well, you know. Right, oh, did you catch a glimpse over in the corner then? Right, so good, I'm happy with that. That's a good little bank holiday test. But I don't really want to pop that in the canal yet, do I? Because I've only just passivated this, so it still might have some acid in. So yeah, it can go down drain. Bigger. Raises a question. What have I done with the old kit? Well, it's over there on the shelf. And oh, to just because this video's taken nearly 2 months to make now. So I started off by showing you all the bits down there. That was back on the 17th of July, before the new duty regime come in. Now you've seen me testing all this. So, right, Delilah, darling, I thought I'd put all that up there because just as a memento, really. And I got the idea from Sam and Ollie down at Attic Brewery. in Birmingham, because over their bar they've got the original kit that they used to use in Sam's attic. That's how they got to be called Attic Brewery. So there we are. So that's the, I say 100 litre. What did we measure it at? About 90, probably about 70 when we come to actually do the brewing. And then over here we have the 200 litre kit. I think this is going to be the interesting one. In fact, I have to zoom out a little bit to get it all in. And yeah, big. She's big. She's big and she's beautiful. Especially compared to Titchy up there. But I mean, hundreds and hundreds of brews that I've knocked out on that. So this will be the next larger kit. That will be just for general brews. This will be for core brews, etc. And then, I know, what can I say? Went to Little Black Dog Brewery and Tap to buy some bright tanks. So bought 2 bright tanks. This one's pretty much complete. It's got pressure pressure gauge, a PRV pressure relief valve. This T-piece basically is so that you can add top pressure into here should you so desire. It's a couple of bits missing, but you know, such is. There's a carb stone there, a sampling port. This is the main takeoff port. Thermo well. Sight glass goes here. There was a bit missing. Sent them a message a couple of times saying, can you see if you can find it? Didn't get a reply. So ordered, well, in fact I couldn't order 1.5 tri-clamp to 3/8, so I had to order slightly bigger. It doesn't matter, I just ordered 2 elbows like these, but instead of being 3/8 I think they're slightly bigger. Just a little bit of tube to go, see how much is in there. So this was the second one that I bought. Not quite as complete. It has got PRV, that's all. At least it had all these sample port, carb stone, thermo well. The butterfly valve they gave me was RJT, didn't check obviously till I got back. Ordered another one. While I was there they had this. Now I was gonna buy a Vision 21, but they had this and he bought this to go with this. So I thought, well, this will do, obviously. 6 fermenters or bright tanks. I won't be using it for that. I'll be using it mainly for that one barrel fermenter that you've already seen, and then these bright tanks. And then I'll probably use it to crash these down to near 0 for canning. So yeah, they're pretty. Could I afford them? No. Did I buy them anyway? Well, they're here. It was a significant investment, as was the whole thing for the 2 litre. Well, I'm 200 litre. I'm calling this 1 barrel. I won't be doing 200 litres. I think that's stupid to expect. You know, so I'm going to be doing 1 barrel brews. I'm going to try and get some done into can. I found my canning machine. Well, it's not my canning machine. It's one that was gifted to us from St Mars of the Desert. Need to get some more cans, but we're coming together. We're definitely coming together. I was a bit worried. This only came with 1 pump, so I've been experimenting with different pumps just to see whether they're going to work at -2 degrees, which is what I'm going to be running that at. And they will. These were cheap as chips from Amazon. But what I didn't want was just like to get a submersible pump and find that it just dies at -1, -2. So yeah, we are we're moving on. I do like that up there. Shades of attic. Technically I could run the brewery over in this corner. Sort of got the idea of running the bar in this corner, but it could all work together. There's nowhere for optics, nowhere for wine, nowhere for, you know, but all this will need strengthening. This is nowhere near strong enough to take what would be, well, about a ton. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm too tired at the moment to think about whether or not I'm going to give up on the idea of building outside. I'm not going to give up on the idea of building outside. But it's just, I don't know, it's just finding someone to do it. A couple of other ideas I've had, and I don't know whether I'll go ahead with them, are adding memberships to this channel where you can join, pay 99p a month, or 3 levels, 99p, £2.50 or £4.99. But what do I give in return? You see, as most people will know, this little corner here was where I used to do my coin making, coin ring making, etc. But my arthritis is such that that ain't happening. That's not going to happen again. So I need to find a way of just generating some income, really, to run some of the support groups. And the bar, I think, the bar will be the main way, but maybe subscriptions or memberships to the channel. I don't know. Let me know what you think, would you? Until next time. Look at that, all getting clear. Until next time, when I will probably be doing an inaugural brew on here, or at least testing it properly. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Whatever you're doing, please do it safely. Look after each other. Cheers.
But what do you say to consumers who literally can't afford to pay even for some of the basics if they've gone up the way that cheese sandwich has with all its ingredients?
Well, then you don't do the cheese sandwich. Well, then you don't do the cheese sandwich. Do the cheese sandwich.